Hey, what's up? It's Lori Painter, and today's video is all about transparent living. And I decided to make this video because I received so many messages of people just asking like, wow, how did you do that? How did you share all of these very personal details about your life publicly? Like, that's amazing. I can't believe you did it. And I wanted to share with you why I have done that in my life and through my blogging. And it was first and foremost for personal liberation, to feel absolutely free with who I am and feel like that's okay and come to peace with those things and realize that anybody that chooses to remove themselves from my presence because of those things, it's totally fine. But I no longer need to censor who I am based on who I'm around, because I'm afraid that my life is embarrassing or is hurtful or harmful to anybody else. I just feel free now. And so that personal liberation has just inspired me to continue to move forward in that direction. And it's kind of funny because here we live in a world where you can pretend to be anyone you want to be. As a matter of fact, online you could have multiple identities, and who's to say you can't, right? But here's the deal, is that when we play this role of like these secret identities where we put up a fake front and we pretend to be something that we're not, we're actually holding ourselves back from our true potential of what we're capable of being and what we have to contribute to this world. And in a sense, it's almost like disregarding those things that they weren't part of the richness of ourselves. I know absolutely all of the things that I went through that I felt ashamed of or embarrassed by, those have all taught me such valuable lessons, and I've become a richer person as a result of doing those things, as a result of living that life. And that just makes me a more complex human being. So I want to share this with you. I want to inspire you to consider getting rid of the dirty little secrets or the things that you're afraid of or you haven't come to peace with, and start living a more transparent life. And there's 3 simple steps that you can do. One is just to start journaling yourself and coming to peace with it by admitting it through writing and just sharing it that way and to yourself and coming to peace with it. And then the next thing is to share it with your loved ones, share it with your friends and family. Let those things be known, and it's okay, right? And then the third level is just to go all out and go public with it. Make a video, write up a blog. And what's funny is that once you liberate yourself from that, you really are able to move forward. It takes a lot of energy to drag and carry that those shackles and that weight with you through your life. It just doesn't feel good. It's hard to move forward when you're dragging the stories along with you. And I know from personal experience, been there, done that, and I just want to inspire you to do the same. And it's funny, I think of Marianne Williamson's quote. She talks about, when you do that, you liberate it in others. So let me liberate you and inspire you to share yourself transparently and authentically with the world, because the world needs your message and the world needs your story just as it is. And I can share with you a couple of things that I didn't share this year that I went through that were absolute challenges for me. First was my business. I really have not been an online business genius. And I put it off. I was afraid of it. I just didn't want to mess with it. I had so much fear about it, and there was so much to learn about it that I felt overwhelmed. But I was so thankful that at a certain point I just took the bull by the horns and I went through business school and I started doing programs. I did my first online program this summer and learned how to develop those skills. And was it easy? No. I remember getting rashes. I remember feeling so much anxiety I couldn't sleep. I remember really freaking out through it, and it wasn't easy. However, at the end of that, I look back and go, wow, I learned so much as a result of those things. And another challenge that I went through this year is I went through a romantic challenge. I went through a breakup. And I remember feeling absolutely devastated. I remember feeling heartbroken and just crying my eyes out, feeling like my life was, I don't know if it sounds right, but like my life was over. It felt like, oh my gosh, everything that I thought I was going to experience, like, And I remember feeling like, here I went again, you know, another relationship breakup. Way to go, Lori. Didn't you learn your lesson? However, I did learn a lesson. I actually learned a multitude of lessons. What I learned is that the one true love I was always looking for was me. It wasn't anybody else. And what's funny is that when I'm loving to me, I'm surrounded with loving people. And what I also learned is that when I was in relationships, I had a default mode. I was behaving in a particular way. I took my happiness and put it outside of myself. So I learned a lesson like to claim that for myself and empower myself. And then let's see, what else do I have that I haven't shared? Oh, here's something. Financially, not been very empowered this year. And I went through a program called Self-Made Wealth. I know I mentioned it before, and that has made such a tremendous shift. I went from a place of feeling completely unempowered financially, not making smart moves, and I still don't make smart financial decisions, just to be really clear. But I definitely had to downsize my life, especially with the breakup and with building my new business and expanding online. I downsized and moved home with my ex, and this is the father of my children, and it actually has been okay. It's just been a couple months and it's turning out just fine, which is not what I thought. But I remember feeling embarrassed to share that. I remember going like, oh no, I can't. I need to be further along than I am. But the truth is that I'd rather use the money that's coming in now to build my business than to spend it on living expenses and not be able to expand in education and programs and things that I need for my business in order to grow. So I just wanted to share that with you. And it feels good because I was actually feeling a little embarrassed about all three of those things. I was feeling embarrassed that I don't know how to run business. And I was feeling embarrassed that I went through a breakup. And I was feeling embarrassed that I wasn't financially empowered. But I have a feeling that 2012, and already the momentum has been picking up and going so well. But I just feel that 2012, I get to keep growing and moving forward with it. I wish all the best to you in 2012. I'm right here by your side. And if you want to stay in the loop with me, please go to LifebyLori.com. Put yourself down to get my weekly email. And also, I'd love to inspire you to share this video with anyone that you know that may be going through a time where they don't feel comfortable just being themselves. Share this with them, empower them, and share your personal story and liberate yourself and give that to other people. By Marianne Williamson saying, when you do it yourself, you automatically liberate those around you. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it so much. I love your comments. I love your messages. Thank you. Bye-bye, guys. Happy New Year.